Sitikaria. Always say that before a teaching of Yant. This is Yant Salak Glao. Yant Yom Salak Glao. Yom is Priya Yom is the Yaksa god of death. He's a Yaksa, but this is just a Yaksa. You might, if you know the Ramakian story or the Ramayana story, you might decide that it is Mayurap or another Yaksa trying to entice Lady Sita or Totsakan. But in this Yant, we say it's a Yaksa. And Salak Glao. The Glao means the top knot of the hair of your scalp. So Salak. If you Salak these carved, finely carved wooden dragons, that is Get Salak, means carved into Salak, into intertwinedness. So you can see the hair is intertwined between the Yaksa and the Nang, the lady. And of course, so this is the Yaksa. Yeah, you see a sacred gnat here, which has akara. And you can't really see on the left side. Around the right side here you can see a, su, bu, pu, ta, and at the bottom ta. Yeah. And here we have Hanuman, of course. He's holding a sword down, and also a sacred gnat here. This is the Yandot. This is a Yandot, which requires an analysis in itself because it's its own Yant. Yeah, it's a Yandot, and it has numerology around it. It has 2 sevens on the top, 6 either side. Sang, the letter Sang here, and here Wit, yeah, which comes from Asang Wisolobusapupa, which is the 7 syllables of the Abhidhamma chanting. It has Ta, it has Bo, and it has Ga, Pa, Ga, and Ya. Or it could be Sangwita Bukayaba. Yeah, it is Sangwita. Sang, Wi, Ta, Bu, Ka, Ya, Ba. Sangwita Bukayaba. It's the 7 syllables for the 7 ways to split up the Abhidhamma. Sangyod, Wikro, yeah, Sang, Wi, yeah. So Sangwita Bukayaba. So has the Abhidhamma there. Here we have just an 8-sided yantra. Here we also have an 8-sided yantra with numerology and the letter Pa, 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 and Ta. Oh, sorry. Pa and Ta, yeah, and the letter 7. So it's numerology here. Pra, Na, 6, and A. Pra, A. And this has A and A. And the letter 6s. And a Na. So this has A, and Pra, and this has A and letter 6s. This just has a Na and A. So, yeah, this one just has a 6, another 6, an O, a 4, an a 2, another 6, and below the Na. This one very easy. It has Na, Mo, Pu, Ta, Ya, 5 Dhyani Buddhas, yeah, and here are different letters which are to do with the Hanuman Katha. Mamma here and Na, yeah, and here it has many number 6s, a 2, a 1, and a 4 here, and a 7, an 8, and a 1 here, yeah. A 4-sided yantra with numerology and letters on, and a sacred nat on the top. Is a Hanuman. It's a nat Hanuman. Here's another Yant dot. Hanuman is holding Tawai Wan, which is from the Ramayana, Ramakien, where Hanuman was sent to save Lady Sita, who was held hostage by the Yaksa Totsakan in the garden. And she didn't know Hanuman, so to prove, Prince Rama gave Hanuman his ring for engagement with marriage with Sita. And so Hanuman came, and Sita didn't believe him, so he showed her the ring, so she would escape with him back to her lover, Prince Rama, because she was being kept hostage by Totsagan. It was actually her father, but that's a different story. He didn't know, and he wanted her for his wife. So he took her hostage, and that's what started the whole war of the Ramayana between Prince Rama and Ravana. This is Ravana. So this can be used as a spell for entwining yourself, Mahasane love spell, but can also be used to help bring somebody back, because that's what Hanuman did, and you can call on Hanuman's powers for that. And so you draw this on the front side and the other design on the back side. This is the front face, or to use the spell to entwine and to attach a person to you. So you can use it both ways. A true magician would know how to change the way he performs the ritual, he or she performs the ritual, or how to wear the neckerchief and which kata to use. Or I would teach that in order to either bring somebody back or to entwine somebody into your life. So the professional, or I would say adept, this is the neophyte public version of this Yant Salak Glao for the Sakyan Foundation and the Buddha Magic Project. The fully detailed practical how to perform the spell properly and make it work will be for private students and subscribers on my YouTube channel, which I'm sorry about that, but that's the way it is. Seek and ye shall find. But first, man, know thyself. Here's the back face again. As you can see, they're entwined here. Yeah. And they have these paired yantra, so it's all paired. Yeah. And design on the back side. Yeah. Which my students can get a copy of the high-res copy of this so that they can study it to draw it with. And then you will have to chant after the empowerment, after the blessing and the offerings. You will have to chant the kata Maharab Tap, yeah? Yom Rap Yom Maharab Tap, or Maharab Tap. The kata Maharab Tap 108 times, and after that you have to cast the spell of the Salak Glao 108 times, which is 2 long chants, which I shall be recording for my subscribers on the paid subscription on YouTube, or my true students will be receiving the kata for properly making this magic spell. And you then make a neckerchief. I recommend don't do candle magic, don't make a wick of the candle with the cloth. You can do if you want to bring a wife back and ask Hanuman. But if you want to use it for Mahasane, Klao Klat, Mahalab, Jeraja Khai, all forms like Takrut Maharud, you can slip it round. You wear as a neckerchief. So you take the Yant cloth afterwards, the twin-sided Yant cloth, and you tie it round your neck like a neckerchief. So for Mahasane, you would put to the right-hand side. Yeah. For Klelklat, Kongrapan protection, you would put it to the back. And to the left, or to the front, you could use also for good sales and business, yeah, good speech, Yeah. So you twist it round, and whichever way you wear it, you can use the Sane and Metta power. And you call upon Hanuman when you pray, and you have to think of the Prat Rasi Siton, the four Rusi, who are of course Prat Rasi Tafai, Prat Rasi Narod, Prat Rasi Katsaba, and Prat Rasi Orachun. Yeah, and think of the triple gem, the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Yeah, you do this during the ritual when you offer the baisi and place the payant as well, and in front of the altar. And then you pray to Hanuman that he gives you his power, lends you his powers and his meritorious abilities, yeah? And you call upon him 3 times for this. And then start to repeat the kata, Salak, Glao, until you enter a meditative state and feel a connection with Hanuman. And when you feel this is enough, you have performed enough and it feels right, you can take the payant and you can tie it around your neck. Yeah, right hand side for Mahasane, turn it to the back for Kloklat, turn it to the left, try it out, see what happens. Put it to the front, attract people, customers, yeah. See things before they happen, yeah. And you should also then, once you do that, once you take this payan, you should keep the sila, the 5 precepts, at least 5 precepts, and maybe go vegetarian for 3 days, and perform Buddhist prayers, and practice properly for 3 days as a lay practitioner before you start to use the payant and the spell to clean your heart and your mind. And of course, then every time you want to use the spell and wear it, you can use the kata as well. But the first time you should do 108 times in the ritual, the chanting of both kata, yeah, the kata Maharab Tap and the kata Salak Glao, yeah, 108 times each to empower. After which, if you can memorize, you can use them when you are walking around wearing the neckerchief, or when you are putting it on. Before you put it on, you can chant and blow into the neckerchief. Or you can use other kinds of kata for Hanuman or for Sane, Mahasane. Yeah. And the kata for this will be published exclusively for my serious students and those who won't be abusing the magic, and those who are on my YouTube channel on youtube.com/Ajahn Spencer or youtube.com/@Ajahn Spencer, I think they do now. I'm starting paid subscriptions, which means that if you really want to learn magic, if you're not willing to put your hand in your pocket even, then you're not serious. And my other students who I teach for free, they will be getting the kata for free anyway, sent to them through my personal contact channels with them. So this was just for the basic, for the general public, a quick look at a very, very complicated and less known Yant, the Yant Yom Salak Glao, yeah, 2-sided yantra cloth, which is an entwinement or disentwinement love spell or love breaker spell. So bring somebody back or catch somebody like a fish in a net. So it can be used for either regaining a lost lover or for gaining a new lover. And the incantations, as I said, will be published on my subscriber section of my YouTube channel on youtube.com/Ajahn Spencer or youtube.com/Ajahn Spencer. And a more detailed explanation, practical, of how to do it, how to manifest the magic. And so that's it for this first basic podcast and explanation for the general public of this very rare yantra, which you can find in the book Pecharat Mahayan Roy Pad, which is also for sale on buddhamagic.net. Yeah. The Yant Yom Salak Glao, the Mara entwining his the crown of his hair with a maiden magic yantra spell. Very rare and been quite pleasurable, if albeit difficult to document. Ajahn Spencer for Sakyan Foundation and the Buddha Magic Project, signing off.